Believe
it is.
What?
Oh, we're live.
Go game, go. Hi, welcome to Wednesday. That's it. There's Lance Jennings.
That's what took you so long.
We was just inquiring about you, young man. Oh, good gosh.
Oh, while I wait for some people to get in, I want to show just the end part of that video we were watching right before we went on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because this is
yeah.
And it's only like probably 2 minutes tops.
Yeah.
I know it's an old Wii U game, but they've added this Bowser Fury stuff, which looks tremendous.
Yeah, that's the part I was wowing about. The animation is just amazing there. Back in black.
No, he looks just like he came out of a Zelda instead of Mario. It's crazy.
I just want to see that trailer with that AC/DC track playing in the beginning. Right when it gets ready to blow up. Meow, 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 meow.
This looks so good.
It does.
I can't wait for this to come out. It comes out, what did you say, February 12th?
February 12th, which is, what, 3 weeks away?
Yeah, about a month. Right? Is this the 13th?
Yeah, in about a month. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I got an old calendar up. Look at that cat bell.
See, this is something Papa P can get once he gets his new Switch.
Do you know there was a bad girl on She-Ra who was a Catra? She was a bad girl. She was called Catra.
So that looks pretty darn cool, if you ask me.
Yeah. Welcome, Papa Pete and Mr. Lance Jennings.
Yeah, I remember, I don't think it was last week.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a couple weeks ago. We were talking about Charles Nelson Riley.
No, that was last week, wasn't it? When I did a bad impersonation, or when you guys were talking about him. You guys were talking about him on the holiday show, I think.
So we were talking about different shows he was in, and Papa Pete mentioned Lidsville, and I was thinking, man, I could have swore that he did a show with Bob Denver where they were in a spaceship.
No,
it just hit me. It wasn't Charles Nelson Riley. It was I can't remember the actor, but he was like it was called like a fake skipper. He was just like a factory with Gilligan, basically.
Yeah. Right.
In space.
Yeah, it was a shoot. There's a Marty Crofts show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that was terrible. You know what have made that show better? Charles Nelson Riley. There's no doubt about that.
So we couldn't get Charles Nelson Riley.
Dude.
So do you see what I'm wearing today? It's the many moods of Spock. Happy. I like that one. I think relaxed is my favorite look.
Do you remember?
They're all kind of similar. I don't.
Yeah, Spock is he's very.
The reason is there's little differences, but the reason that I wore this was in honor of last night. I went to the dollar store recently, and they have DVDs, and Blu-rays now. They have Blu-rays, and I keep finding these interesting Blu-rays. Like I found this. For the Love of Spock.
Did you see the Big Bang Theory, where they came on the show interviewing Sheldon to be part of that?
And that's on here. The one thing they didn't show, and I don't know, I'm not sure why, but they did not show the one with the Christmas gift, where she gives him the napkin. from Leonard Nimoy.
Yes. He can make his own Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, and it was pretty cool. They had the interview on there and stuff, and they showed other scenes dealing with that.
And that was at the Dollar Store?
Yes, Far Out Space Nuts.
I'm pretty sure that's the one where it starts where they're hungry and they hit launch because they thought it said lunch.
Yes, that's it.
The Stooges did that too in one of their movies.
So they pulled that out of the archives. Sheldon's hugging me. That's great. So here's my question now, Papa, since you're here. What so let's just do this. Star Trek or Star Wars?
I'm the oddball in this group. I'm more of a Star Trek guy.
You are? What'd you think of the remake, the reboots?
I don't know if I saw all of them. I saw one. It was okay.
Yeah. This one I thought the first one was really good. I thought it was really good. And how weird that the guy who played Chekhov died in was it a car accident that he had? Or, it was really a kind of a weird accident, wasn't it?
I don't remember how he died.
It's a 9 out of 10. So, do you think original versus? They were talking to Leonard Nimoy on that movie, and they asked him about that first movie that they made, and he was like, "It just was." He was just saying that it was just not well done. He said there was no story. It was all about. We don't speak of that, Lance. You might as well just say Voldemort. It's the movie that shall not be named, unless you want to throw the word shit around. So what am I doing right now? I can't even get this thing right. What is going on here? There.
Maybe it's an earthquake.
We'll just do the rest of the show as an earthquake.
You're in the middle of an earthquake and you think your camera's acting up.
I better not do that too much. I'll be in the middle of an actual earthquake and people are like, that's freaking hilarious. It looks completely real. Anyway, but he was saying there was just no good story, nothing to it except effects. He's like, we're just flying through this, flying through that, and it's all just effects and horrible storyline. So, and then he directed the third one. But the second one, Wrath of Khan, awesome.
Wrath of Khan.
So awesome that we have a band here in town called Wrath of Khan.
Really?
Yeah, it's my buddy Obed Khan. Wrath of Khan. And he like has a war on stage with his guitar. He's amazing. He's amazing. I remember seeing Ozzy back in the day when he did right after Randy Rhoads died, because I saw Randy on stage for one song in Champaign, Illinois with Ozzy, and then it was just a matter of days later and he was dead from the plane crash. So then I saw Jake E. Lee on stage with Ozzy, and man, he just had literal war with his guitar. He just like jerk it this way and be playing and just and pull it into his body. And that's my buddy Obed does that kind of warring with his guitar too. But yeah, check out a tune called Songs of the Ocean by Star One. And that's Aryan Anthony Lucassen and his band Star One. And that's a song about this movie. It's an awesome metal tune. It's very, very cool. Songs of the Ocean. So check that out tonight. And if you really love the music, just buy the whole damn album because it's really worth it. It's so good. So you had Wrath of Khan and then Search for Spock. Wrath of Khan, I tell you what, made my brother flip out. Any idea what part he would have flipped out and grossed out about?
No.
Right in the beginning, Khan drags those things out of he pulls those things out and sticks them in their ear. And my brother was like dancing on the table. He was so wigged out. He's like, oh man, he's up doing some wicked in your ear dance. I don't know what was going on there, but yeah, that was rough. That was rough, but a great movie. Great movie. And then Papa Pete and I were just talking the other night because of these, because I wanted to know if he had these. These are special editions that came out when the prequels came out, because they all have this gold band and the gold lettering and stuff.
Oh,
but
is
there
something
has
different?
The original. Yeah, this has the original 1977, 1980, and 1982 releases on it with no funky crap.
Ah, that's cool.
No extras that Lucas had to put in because that was what he really originally wanted. Whatever. But so Pete didn't have those, but I saw on Facebook Marketplace that they have them on Blu-ray. They have the original, as we called them the other night, the originals. So, do you like the first movie, Pete, of Star Trek? Yeah, it's triple as good. It's like that's when they started making movies. They were like, let's just make some wacky. Hey, it's Star Trek.
I like when Bones would yell at Spock about something, like, damn it, Spock, I'm a whatever, not a. Like what then they're.
I'm a doctor, not a French maid.
I remember like walking up a hill or something, and Spock kind of like going up, bumps into Bones. He's like, damn it, Spock. I'm a doctor, not an escalator.
I don't know, Doctor. You seem like a pain in the ass to me. How many years of school did you need for that? Yeah, I thought, speaking of Khan, I thought Into Darkness was pretty good. I thought it was a little long-winded.
Here's a classic.
Star Trek Beyond was...
Star Trek Pinball says, damage it, I'm a doctor, not a pinball wizard.
Not a pinball wizard. Are you kidding me? And, of course, Bones played by Carl Urban. That's my dude. Carl Urban in the newer ones. Carl Urban's awesome. He's fantastic. So, wait. Real quick, I also want to know, since this is Go Game Go, were there any Star Trek games?
Yeah, I mean, there's been several. I don't think I've ever played any of them, though.
I should have looked this up. Star Trek video games. What is this? Star Trek Invasion on Star Trek Invasion on the PS1. Star Trek Encounters on the PS2.
Yeah, Star Trek games go way back.
Yeah. Here's a Game Boy with Kirk. Star Trek 25th anniversary on the Game Boy. Star Trek Next Generation for the Game Boy. But how old are
they? NES. Here's one for NES.
Okay, what do they have?
I don't know.
Oh. I don't know.
Damn it, Stuart. I'm a host, not an encyclopedia.
I don't know about that. I do not know about that. You can't say that for sure. Because, damn it, you are when it comes to certain things. I'm like, how the hell do you even know about that? You had another life without me.
Oh, boy, the games are coming in fast and furious.
Star Trek Starfleet Academy for the Super Nintendo. Star Trek 25th anniversary for the NES. Star Trek, here's another, let's see. I think that's the same one. Futures Past for the Super Nintendo. How were any of these games? Has anybody played them? That is of the millions of viewers.
I have never played a Star Trek game.
What?
And I never watched T.J. Hooker either.
William Shatner is T.J. Hooker. Oh, I did, because it had his cohort on there. You're in a clearing with Heather Locklear. There's a reason why they had that line in Wayne's World.
Did you ever see Shatner's game show?
Oh, yeah.
Money.
What was it called?
I think it was Show Me the Money.
Oh, did I?
He had what he called the $1 Million Dancers. They were in the background. We've talked about this once. It was so funny. It was so over the top crazy. And then he would dance, but only his upper body moved. It was like the gopher in Caddyshack.
They should have him dig up from underneath the stage and
just pop up and just start doing one of these.
I think I'll just do that for 30 minutes.
Did you ever see Shatner in Twilight? He did when he's in the plane. Yeah, I'd forgotten that Leonard Nimoy was in Mission Impossible. In that movie, he talks about it, and he's like, yeah, he says, so I was an Asian guy and a South American something and some military leader, and then he was a blind guy, and he was this guy, and he goes, so, and then it came back around, and I was South American this guy, and I was a blind guy, and I was an Asian guy. He goes, I just got tired of it. It just was the same thing over and over, and that's why he quit. That's why he got done. That's why he was done. DeForest Kelley in Night of the Lepus? Or Lepus? Lepus.
Lepus.
I think he means lupus.
No. Maybe he means Night of the Lepers.
Remember the kid in Bad News Bears, Lupus? He was the worst kid on the team.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did he make the second movie too?
I never saw anything but the first one. The first one was so good, I couldn't even go watch the others.
Now, wait a minute. All right, there's so much. There's so much here. Star Trek Shattered Universe on the Xbox. Okay. Star Trek 25th anniversary for the. All right, and then I bought it on Steam. Okay. Strategic Operations Simulator. That just sounds like a bore fest.
Sounds like a good time.
Not my style. Oh, the original Sega Star Trek game for the Atari 2600 and the arcade. Wow. Do you have that, Pete? Do you own that in your bevy of awesomeness? Carl Urban did dedicated lines for the pinball machine. Nice. Nice. Star Trek motion picture was cool for the visuals. See, yeah, that's what it is. Right. I did a video, old guy unboxing. Okay. Box of stuff that I stashed in the basement and found Star Trek game in.
Wait a
You
minute.
have to be old to do your own unboxings.
Pete, did you do you? Wait a minute. You filled the box, put it in a room, forgot about it for a few years, and then did an unboxing. That's awesome. You should do it every few months, just add to it, and then that'll keep the channel going for a long time. I'm doing my own
Nice
unboxing.
one, Crow. Shatner was on Third Rock of the Sun. Oh, and they had an interview. They had some interview stuff with Shatner on that movie, and he said, "Wow, he had a better voice than I did. He could hold a note. It was off key, but I was like, oh man." And his son made this movie, so when there's something happening there, his son was okay with having it in there. So Roy Khan. Did you say Roy Khan, John Durbin? Nobody knows who that is. I do, but nobody else does. That's really cool that you said that.
This is actually a brilliant idea by Pete to just open up boxes. You have no idea what they are anymore in your home.
Well, I got Pete down in his basement the other night because we were looking for this. The VHS box set. Wow, that's really suctioned in there. Because we were talking about the originals. And so he goes, I know I've got those somewhere. So I come downstairs. I get to the last box. And don't worry, Mr. Durbin, I'm going to get back to who Roy Khan is. So there, I get to the last box. Here's this. Wait a minute. Hold on. I got two of them. I never thought about it that way. Oh, put them together. What is that?
Star Trek stuff.
Star Trek stuff. So I found that I had two of these, not just one. Then, not only that, I had this one, which matches all of my laser discs as well. Not only that, I forgot. I don't even know where it came from. I got this one.
What is that? Oh, Trilogy.
Yeah, and it goes out the bottom. Now wait, it gets better. So all the cool classic, all the classic poster artwork, right? And the cool logo, like the original logo. But then look at this. So then it's got all the artwork on the box. There's the 3 movies. There it is. And then watch. Are you ready? Look at that.
Very cool.
It wings out. I think so. I think the tapes would break when it hits the ground, but it can fly.
Throw it. Let's see.
Hold on. A zing. Hi, I've done another stupid thing. Roy Khan is a lead singer. He was in a band called Camelot, but before that, he was in a band called Conception. And he's one of the best singers I've ever heard, especially in a hard rock metal band. They did a couple of concept records. 2 of them go together. They did the Epica, and they did the Black Halo. Those go together. They're the story of Faust. And Roy Khan, just amazing. He ended up having some health issues and had to leave the band soon after I got into them.
What can you tell me about Shaka Khan?
Shaka Khan. Okay, that's great. What can you tell me about Shaka Khan?
Pizza, that Star Trek game for Atari came with a joystick overlay. One of the few games. I didn't even know they had any overlays.
Wow. To kind of like go up against the overlays in television.
Yeah.
That's pretty spiffy.
Let me look at that picture again.
That's pretty spiffy. All right, so Shattered Universe, Strategic Operations Simulator.
So that's
William Shatner and Kingdom of Spiders.
that's the overlay. It's pretty cool looking.
Oh yeah, okay. What does it say underneath it? Star Trek what?
Combat control panel.
Oh, okay.
Look, it even has there's a little hole there for where the button goes through.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah. That's pretty slick. What game was that? That was the 2600 one?
No, I guess it's the Atari, the Atari one.
Okay. I wonder if there's a good visual of Star Raiders controller was underutilized. Yeah, there. See, John Durbin, former Camelot. Yes. Camelot, I'm telling you. Shaka Khan. Rock her. Let me rock her, Shaka Khan. Wow, Pete. Is that how you got your wife?
Shaka Khan.
I saw Night of the Lepus Rabbits on Sven Gulli's show. Bad horror movies every Saturday night. Creature from the Black Lagoon is next. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So anyway, so Pete, what did you say? He told me, he goes, he said, hold on. I can tell you exactly what he said.
Hey, you called it with a Shaka Khan.
Yeah. You're sure.
Okay. No problem.
Also, do you know where like a measuring stick is or something?
I do not. By the way, my son was just sitting here asking questions. He got it was a late Christmas gift. He got a Oculus Quest 2, the VR headset.
Wait. Oh, really?
Yeah, I still haven't played it. I want to try it out.
Then
because it looks really cool.
Apparently, there's been like a huge manufacturing error.
Yeah.
And a bunch of Quest 2s have bad lenses. I was checking it. I was so scared. I was like, wait, do I have
yours
bad
is
lenses?
okay?
And it was perfect. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, like, I forgot to look at the form, like the image on the right on my PC. So I was like, that looks pretty blurry. Do I have bad lenses? And I checked. It's like, literally this image.
Yeah. Thank goodness. He thought he may have a bad lens, but his is okay.
Oh, that's all right. That's awesome. Oh yes, Simon, isn't it Simon Simone's? I think is how you pronounce her name. Oh man, she is a goddess. But you know, John, my Viking crush is on
Shaka Khan. That works with almost everything.
It does, especially when I can't think of things.
Whenever you stutter, I'm just going to say Shaka Khan.
I know, you're just like, whoop. It's like a little thing. You just stick it right into the right spot. Yeah, she's with Nightwish now. Come on, Durbin, you can help me out. Oh God, she's my girl. She is.
Someone help him out.
Amazing. You're young. That's sickening.
If only there was a way to find out.
God, if only. If only.
If only we had a way to search for things.
Oh wait, what? Okay, I think get off of here. Oh man. Okay, remember the movie Jewel of the Nile? And in the middle of it, he's sitting in the plane. They find this plane and they finds a Rolling Stone magazine in it. Do you remember what his line was?
No.
No? Anybody? There's your Floor Jansen. Thank you, Durbin. Appreciate it. Should I call you Durbin? John W?
JW.
JW? JD? I like JD. JD, okay. Floor Janssen. Oh, my God. Yeah. She has got a heck of a voice. And you know what the cool thing is, too, about her, if you're not familiar with this yet, too, JW, she was on that Star One Project album. And it's called Space Metal. And I've talked about it before, but it's do you know of that already? Does that mean you know that? But she sang on it, and so did her sister. Her sister is an amazing singer too. They together are killer. And of course, I was talking about it before because Outland, there's a song about Outland on there too, which was really cool. So anyway, Floor Janssen. Yeah, that's, yeah. Yeah.
I was going to ask Papa Pete. I know he was looking to get a new Switch. Wonder if he got one, or if he'd seen there's a new Mario coming out.
Yeah, he didn't have it the other day. Yeah. What is this? Don't you hate it when you film in front of a green screen and when you go, turns out you were wearing green?
Oh yeah, they can show through. All right, here's the new Mario Switch.
Wow.
What's weird is on the Switch itself, they made the outside all red. They've never done that before.
Right.
The Switch has always just been black.
It's like a Sammy Hagar version. It's what I call Red Rocker Red.
And then the red Joy-Cons slip into the blue grip. Mario Red, Mario Blue.
And they have stripes on the straps. With a little yellow adjustment thing.
This is one of those things that I bet you it's not out too long, and I bet you 6 months from now, people are selling it for like $500, if not more.
Well, I was just talking to one of my students was mentioning that you know what people do, well, they'll buy like 2 of this or whatever or more, and then you know what they do, and I said they sell it for more. I said, well, you know why they do that? Yeah, because they can make money. I go, no, you know why they do that? And they're like, why? I said, because people will pay that. If people would stop doing that, there would be that wouldn't be a thing. It's frustrating.
Oh, that's cool. The Super Mario Odyssey version came with, I think, Mario Red Joy-Cons. I wonder if these are the same red Joy-Cons or if they're slightly different.
They probably had a lot of extras, and then they were like, what do we do?
Is this breaking news?
It is. I think it is. A lot of those things, I always wonder exactly just how legit some of the back and forth things are. And sometimes I think they do it just to keep people talking about the band and stuff, because it's like, oh, they're mad at each other. Now they're mad at each other. Now they're talking, or they just played a gig together, and you're like, okay, whatever. Can't you just get along? That'd be pretty cool. Zelda is 35 this year.
Yeah. I've got gold Wiimote and a gold nunchuck for back on the Wii. One of them, I think it was a gold nunchuck. It was a Nintendo club giveaway. I think you had to save up some kind of points or something. I can't remember.
Wow. I still have the old Zelda, the original, the gold cartridge. It's right up there. Hey, I just pointed in the right place for the first time. Instead of, wait, over here.
That's weird. I wonder why you did that.
What's that?
Oh, he's talking about JW that was saying.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I hope so. That'd be awesome. I'd like to see him do a Zelda collection, kind of like the 3D Mario collection. I don't even care.
I've been playing a lot of Rocket League. That's my new go-to for the 30-minute play or, whatever.
That
just
game
to
was
sit
so
down
much fun.
God, I'm not really great at it, but I'm not bad. I make some scores and
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm usually not one of the best guys on the team, but I can get some goals or something. And when you you jump in the air with your car and you kick it forward and score a goal, it's like one of the greatest feelings, man. It's like, man, this is.
It is. You're like, perfect. I get it.
Yeah, Metroid 4.
I get it. I did it.
Well, Metroid 4 been in production for like 2 years now, and they're probably still 2 years away. And it's funny because Metroid doesn't really sell well like the rest of the franchises. Although it may be different on the Switch. A lot of things sell well on the Switch.
What was the last game that came out
for Metroid?
Mm-hmm.
An actual Metroid game? I think it was 3DS.
Oh, okay.
Metroid. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a 2D side-scrolling Metroid that came out on 3DS.
Because was there Metroid? Was there Super Metroid? Or was there a Metroid Prime?
Metroid NES, and there's Super Metroid for Super Nintendo.
Okay, so I wasn't wrong. Okay.
Then there was 3 Prime games on GameCube?
Okay, 3 Prime games.
Pretty sure it was 3.
Wow. Were you ever good at that game?
Which one? The Prime?
No, any of them.
No,
I mean, starting from the beginning.
No, I've never. I don't know. I've never really played much Metroid. I've played a little, and it's fun. But,
right.
I think a lot of people like that. Like I said, traditionally it has not sold like Zelda or Mario. It's a
no, and when you hear it coming back, you're like, or when they're making a new one, still popular. I mean, it's still a popular franchise, but not a well-known one. I don't think. It's maybe an underrated. Is it underrated?
I mean, I wouldn't doubt once it comes out on the Switch that it's the best-selling Metroid ever, because everything seems to sell well on the Switch.
Yeah. Crow, what? So you're saying Metroid is not available on the Switch right now?
No, I think you can play Super Metroid on the online thing. Maybe.
Okay. That surprises me. I would think that it would. I was thinking I was going to say, like I usually do, oh, is that on the Switch? And you go, oh, yeah, you can get every one of them on the Switch. I'm like, well, what the hell have I been waiting for? I should go get my Switch right now, and I should purchase them all.
Well, I think it was E3 a couple years back, maybe 2018. They just put up a screen. It had the logo and it said Metroid Prime 4 is being worked on or is in development. Right. And then about, was it a year and a half later? I think it was Namco Bandai that was making it. And about a year and a half later, so Nintendo actually came out, said that it was not going well. They were giving the franchise back to Retro Studios, who made the Metroid Prime games.
Yeah.
And they actually apologized for the delay.
Oh,
which was a nice touch. So hopefully, I'll probably
go ahead.
get it just to see how it is on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it'll be good.
Yeah, I'd love for them to come out with like a Metroid Legends, or something like that, a collection, and then just. I'd love to get that, like they're doing with the Mario games,
Yeah.
And like they did with Mega Man and stuff like that, where I can just,
Mega Man.
I only had one.
Aren't there 4 collections on the Switch? I think there's like 2 different Mega Man ones, and there's Mega Man X. I think there's 2 different ones of those.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's great. And they go on sale quite often, so you can usually get them for like half price.
Now, Crow, are you good at Rocket League? Here's my thing. I was playing the other day, and I think this guy was on the other team. And I mean, he's one of these guys that they just know how to make all the moves. And
Yeah.
he used the turbo to go up with the ball and shove it along on the nose all the way down. And then as it's falling, he comes down and just kicks it with his ass right into the goal. I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy's a flipping ninja on this game. Are you really good, Crow, or is it like, okay. It is fun. I think that's been my good fortune the last few days. Is I like today. It was just a bunch of guys like pretty much like me, where you're like, people are like, just driving around the ball. You're like, could you get it? Or maybe they're not as even as whatever skills I've got so far. And you set it up. You're like, take it, boys. And they're just like,
I put one in my own goal once, and I was like, oh boy, I'm glad I am not on some kind of chat right now, because I'd really be hearing it.
You asshole! Disney Afternoon Collection from Capcom. Oh, it's not on the Switch. Yeah.
So this came out, and it had a lot of the old Capcom. What did it have? Chippendale and
what did they do? They had Chippendale, DuckTales. They had Tailspin.
Yeah, I think those were all on this collection. For some reason, they put it on the Xbox One and PS4, and not the Switch, where everyone would have bought it. It's like, how dumb can you be? I guarantee if they put it out right now on the Switch, they'd sell by double combined what Xbox and PS4 sold.
Yeah, because I think, do I still have my Chippendale up? Yeah, I got Chippendale up there. And then I have that. Did they put the Disney? There's that Disney game that I have that's trivia. It's like you go through Disney World or something like that. You advance.
Hey, Pete, isn't Super Metroid also available on the Super Nintendo app? I thought that was on there too.
See, and I don't know if I even have a. I don't think I have a Metroid game.
Crow, do you play? Do you play on Steam for Rocket League? Because the cool thing about Rocket League is it is. Ooh. I don't.
So. Yeah, you're in Adventures in the Magic Kingdom, and it's.
I don't think I've ever even heard of that.
Yeah, in the Magic Kingdom, this is your ticket to breathtaking adventures in the Magic Kingdom. Join the exciting adventure as you search through the Magic Kingdom for the 6 silver keys that will unlock the enchanted castle. Use all your skills and resources to achieve your goal. Answer Disney trivia questions to gain access to the attractions. Become the engineer of a runaway train in Big Thunder Mountain. Race Autopia cars through a maze of obstacles. Don your seafaring garb as you tangle with the swarthy buccaneers of Pirates of the Caribbean.
I'm just saying like a pirate.
Yeah, why aren't you talking like a pirate?
Her.
Stuart, take over him, and I just cut my mouth somehow. Hold on.
How did you? Are you bleeding?
I was doing this. I was doing like this, and my thumb slipped and went across my gum. Hold on.
Ow. That's giving blood. Giving blood.
This
show is
you'll hear from me.
This show is a bloody. It was a bloody good time.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's right, Papa. Yeah. It's cross-platform. It's a good game, yeah. But let's see. Yeah, Rich is here too tonight. Thank you, everybody. Hello. It's nice to see Bacon Ice Cream Productions back here at the show. So keep your eyes open. I told Jeff the other day too, I was getting a little frustrated with all the technology that's not working correctly for me. But I think I got a handle on it, and so Hammer Away is going to be coming soon. I'll be talking about my good buddies, Wayward Sons, over in the UK. So keep your eyes open for that. If I'm not mistaken, let me say that much. I'm not mistaken, I think next week we're going to be having a movie night. So we'll be talking movies. And I do believe it's sports movies next week. So sports movies, sports comedies. And I think we'll be talking about all kinds of stuff too. I think we'll talk about sports that don't really exist, movies. So we'll talk about that. If anybody's got a good idea about something you want, Super Metroid is available on the Switch under the NES, SNES games. So you can play Super Metroid on the Switch. So is that the SNES game that we downloaded for free? That's what you're talking about?
Where'd you cut yourself?
Yeah.
On the water. Yeah, sure.
Dude,
this
I
is
was
just
kind of doing this one.
With your
way to go, Crow, because that's what you're going to be. That's what it's going to come down to. You know, just like when we were talking about Christmas films, Die Hard, and you're like, so Waterboy is about within sports. Is that a sports movie? So, yeah. So, yeah, we're going to do that because the Super Bowl's coming up. Not only that, the Blues start up tonight. Blues hockey against who are we playing? At 9:30. They were just talking about it today. No, hey, earlier I was like, oh crap. Because I went on the I think this is the Kerrang website, and my buddy, my Marco, the bass player, is leaving Nightwish. I can't believe it. I mean, he's fantastic. I mean, surprise announcement that he's leaving both the band and his public life. What?
He's leaving his own life.
He's leaving his own life. What does that mean? Okay, we'll talk about that some more on my Hammer Away. I'm not going to get into that now because that's too much stuff. I like Rocket League, but I was into it back in Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Powered Battle Cars days. Wow, that is a mouth and a half full.
I think that was the Wii days. Oh, by the way, Crow asked if Rocket League is cross-platform, and it is.
That's what he was talking about.
So we could actually all play. Isn't it free now on Switch?
Yeah, that's how I got it. Because it was for because I'm cheap.
It's a good game.
What is this? What is this? What is AMK has 5 mini games?
What?
Pete said it earlier. It's right underneath Crows.
This is when I was bleeding out. I didn't see his message.
5 mini games. Trivia chase. I was bleeding out. You were on MASH. Get him into triage. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. They're all running in.
Avalanche, Stuart.
Avalanche.
Yeah, Blues are playing Colorado.
Thank you. Yeah, 9:30 tonight. So yeah, lots of sports happening now, and then I think we're going to be talking Rocky next month. Okay, podcast.
Yeah, I'm almost positive that was on Wii as well. I remember a goofy name like that. Yeah, they basically just retooled that and brought out his Rocket League, and that's pretty much all.
Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Powered Battle Cars. I mean, come on. Don't you think you just shorten that before you ever get it out the door?
Like to maybe like Rocket
You know
League?
what this reminds? What? Yeah, but you know what that reminds me of? That sounds like something that like you would call it Rocket League here, and over in Japan, that's what they would call it. Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Powered Battle Cars. Look, I did it. I did it.
Well, I guess it was only on PS3. I could have swore it was Wii. Huh. I had no idea.
I did not know. The Ringer. I'll have to think about that one. I don't know. It's a movie. Where's your movie?
So at the end of the month, we're doing was it sports. Is that what we were saying? Sports
Yes.
movies for the movie?
Sports movies. Yeah. And we'll, no, it'll be another, we'll just free flow a discussion about it. I mean, it's because I've got a bunch that I'm going to bring over here. 2 movies that I think I'm going to watch before then. If I've got the time to do it, which I'll make time, is I've always wanted to have back-to-back viewing of the fighter and the wrestler.
What's the fighter?
The fighter's with Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale. So
And the wrestler was with Mickey Rourke?
yes,
Yes.
Mickey Rourke, and also the lovely Marissa Tomei. She's quite beautiful.
Wasn't she? She was
She
in an
should play.
episode of Seinfeld, wasn't she?
She should play Moneypenny. Yes, she was. Yeah, because she liked short, fat, bald guys.
Yes. And George was.
I hear she likes short, fat, bald guys. And then he screwed her over somehow. How did he blow it? I don't remember how he blew it.
He told her that he was engaged.
Oh, he was engaged. That's right. To what's her name? The blonde gal, Susan.
Yeah, the one he killed.
Yeah.
By ordering the poisonous stamps.
Sorry.
Who he killed. Oh God.
Remember what the doctor said? What George's reaction was?
No.
I think that was maybe the final episode. I mean, they're on trial, and they asked him. What
Oh
George's
yeah.
reaction was
The
to his wife.
phone-in episode.
And he referred to it as restrained jubilation. I love that restrained jubilation.
Couple of Utes shot the clicker. What's a Ute? I just looked at that movie too. I just got it from somebody the other day. It was part of a package deal that I picked up from somebody on Facebook Marketplace. I got my cousin Vinny. One of my students keeps talking about Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball.
I prefer Dragon Ball.
See, we've discussed this before and how crazy it is, and with all the, episode long or multi-episode long fights that they have, which is just crazy. Just crazy.
Yeah, I know we talked about before. The one that killed me on Dragon Ball Z was the Majin Buu storyline. We dragged on for it was like 2 months. I was like, oh my God, come on. Just somebody win. I don't even care at this point. Let Majin Buu win if he wants. I don't care. Just end the thing.
I don't care.
I dragged on forever.
Well, we talked about Star Trek games earlier, but were there Clone War games based on the animated series?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because I was just talking to Christine about this the other night because, yes, it looks like it. There is one for what's the DIDJ? What is that? Is that a Japanese thing? It's Leapfrog. Never mind.
Yeah. I know why things drag, because why every anime drags after a while is when it's when they run out of manga material and they've got to create filler time because they got to wait until the manga catches up so they can start doing it again. It's brutal.
The Wii had a Clone Wars game. The DS had a Clone Wars game. Let's see.
Pete finished Mandalorian. I am one episode in.
Yeah, you're one episode in.
I watched the first episode, so I got a lot to watch still.
Yeah, you does. Yeah, we just finished it the other day. They have a Clone Wars game for the Xbox, but I don't know if it's off of the animated show or if it's more from the movie. I think that's more from the movie. So it looks like there was a few, but not a bunch. I was just confused about that the other day because looks like there was 2 Wii games. They had the Clone Wars Republic Heroes, and then they had the lightsaber duels. Because I got confused by the animated series because they had the one that was animated a lot like Samurai Jack, and then they have the one that's all the 3D art.
They have more than one animated series for Clone Wars?
Yeah, but so Christine and I started watching because the one that's on Disney, I don't know that they have the original animated one that came out. It says it came out in 2003, which is in line with the movies, the prequels when those came out. So then they kept going after the 3rd movie. So, and it was supposed to tie in then with, I suppose, it was between the 2nd movie and the 3rd episode, I think is what it does. So, so we started watching the 3D version, and then I was watching the 2D version recently, and it has some backstory to one of the characters in there. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess this was the original. And then they went into the 3D version. But when I was reading about it on the internet the other day, they were talking about how the 3D one was more of like a reboot. So I don't know if this character, I don't know. I enjoy it though, because I liked Samurai Jack, and it's that same kind of artwork. And they have a really cool episode with Mace Windu taking out a crap load of baddies. And
yeah, we watched the first episode and really liked it. I was just talking to Pete about this last night, but then we got sidetracked because we were watching Flight Attendant, and we finished watching
Flight Attendant. What's that?
It's with Penny from Big Bang Theory.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And speaking of Big Bang, yeah, Kaylee Cuoco. And speaking of Big Bang Theory, did you see the Big Bang Theory connection to the first episode of Mandalorian?
No.
Bert, who was in later episodes, the really big guy, he was a geologist.
Yeah.
He was in Mandalorian, the first episode.
Oh, yeah.
Towards the beginning, he was meeting up with the Mandalorian and the prisoner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. Just finally watched the Clone Wars animated movie. I was shocked that some of the characters from it were brought to the live action in The Mandalorian. Hadn't even considered it. Kaylee Cuoco. I can watch her. Yes. And then, of course, I have 8 Simple Rules when she was in that. She's so cute.
That was with John Ritter, right?
Yeah, and then he died, and then
He died during the show, right? They had to end it.
Yeah, after the first season, and then David Spade came in, and they did. I think they did 2 more seasons. I think they had 3 seasons total, if I'm right, which I could be incorrect on that. But let's check that out. 8 Simple Rules. But yeah, it was a really good show. I mean, it's well written.
She had to be really young because I think in Big Bang Theory, wasn't she like 21 when she started? Because she's only 35 now.
Yeah. There was 3 seasons. Katie Seagal was the mom. The Hennessy clan. Isn't that the name of the liquor that Kramer was?
Double-N-E. Yeah. He took some. It was Hennigan's.
Hennigan's. That's what it was.
That's the one where he took like one swig and he was just drunk in about 2 minutes.
Well, which is a take of what show? That's a resurgence of what show?
What?
Lucy did that.
Oh, with the liquor?
Yeah.
I think I think they have to kind of do that on sitcoms because you only have so much time on a sitcom, so you got to get drunk really fast. Wait, what was the name of the show? I thought it was. What did you say the show was called?
Of what?
That Penny was on before Big Bang Theory?
8 Simple Rules.
8 Simple Rules.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't get the hence the title part though.
The what the hell?
Vegemins or something.
Vitamita Vegemin. Vitamita Vegemin. And she kept drinking it. They had to do another take. She kept drinking, and before you knew it, she was drunk.
Oh.
And then what other sitcom did we just talk about where they got drunk on the show?
Drunk or
Yes.
I don't remember. We were talking about how it's like a classic comedy thing where people
Let's put it this way. Two people after that show, and it's going to be 3 soon. 2 people decided they should purchase it.
Oh,
after we talked about it.
Wait, WKRP?
Yeah. Remember the episode where they had the state trooper in?
Oh, that was so funny because
and they were testing him to hit the button. The more he drank, the faster Johnny got. And Flytrap was like,
"This God, he couldn't do it.
Oh.
He was slowing down, and Johnny was getting faster." That's so funny. All right, well, here's why. Hence the name: 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter.
Yes, that's right. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Pete. Hence the title.
When you're talking about
I think you're right.
That
was terrible.
The Vita Meja, whatever.
Vitamita Vegemin.
When I think of that, what was it? Veggie Boy from Cheers comes to mind. Remember when Woody got a part on? He was doing a commercial for. I think it was Veggie Boy, wasn't that what it's called?
Is that what it is? I don't remember.
And he had to drink it and say, delicious. But it was so disgusting because it was filled with nothing but like green leafy things like kale. So that's when Frasier had to hypnotize him in order for him to drink it. And then, but then Woody, he liked it so much he was going crazy. He was like trying to grab it all, and that's when Kramer got his watch out and was put in front of his face. And Woody says, "Get that watch on my face, old man." And he walked right on out.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, I remember.
Get that watch on my face, old man.
Veggie Boy. Episode 11, season 9, episode 11.
For Veggie Boy?
Yeah. Season 9. I told you the story. Yeah, I told you that story about that, I'm sure, because we've talked about Cheers multiple times. In fact, Pete and I are now waiting for our shipping costs to go down after this whole thing settles and they can cross over again. Because he had a whole crap ton of Cheers stuff, and I was like, cool, send it on. And I have some RoboCop stuff I want to send to him. But I'm like, do not do it right now. This is so ridiculous how much things cost to get to him.
Yeah, I liked how on Match Game, everyone was allowed to drink booze and smoke as much as possible.
That's just nuts.
They probably had a waiting list of celebrities who wanted to get on that show. Yeah.
You know who? Oh yeah, go ahead.
They said the later episodes were the best ones because those are the ones that were filmed after they had been drinking all day. I guess they filmed them all in one day, so I guess like by Friday's show they were drunk.
Of the millions of watchers out there tonight, and you gentlemen in the chat, did anybody watch the television series for Highlander?
I
You did?
I did, but it was so long ago.
I loved it.
Okay, so you remember the bartender, right?
No.
Yeah.
Silly,
Yes.
I don't.
The gentleman with the beard. His name is Jim Burns. And he is the uncle of a woman with whom I worked at Save-A-Lot. And she told me one time, she's like, he's coming to town. And I'm like, cool. I'd love to meet him. So I did meet him, but he was roasted because he came into town early and he was going to do a gig at BB King's. So I think it was the Soulard Blues Band was playing there. And then they were waiting for him to show up that night. But he was at this celebrity charity show in downtown St. Louis, and they were running behind, and he'd been drinking all day. And he gets to the gig and he's sloshed. And he gets up on stage and he's sitting down on a stool and he's just wasted. He can't sing right. He can't play right. It's like, oh my God. And his album I really enjoyed his album. I'm like, this is going to be great. And he's just toasted. Just toasted. That was so embarrassing. I felt poorly for him. I felt poorly for Soulard Blues Band. I'm like, oh man, this is bad.
Speaking of drinking stories, I was watching Ken Patera, who used to be a professional wrestler, telling a story about Andre the Giant. And he said they were in Las Vegas, staying at Caesars, and they had a wrestle that night. And those two guys and some of the other wrestlers, I think Captain Lou Albano was there too, they said, but they were all there in the morning and they started drinking. And someone said something about a drinking contest. They were collecting the beer bottle, the beer bottle lids.
Like the tabs, the caps?
Yeah, the caps.
Yeah.
They were keeping them, see how many they drank. But Ken Patera said that they drank from like 9 a.m. right up until they had to go to the show or to the wrestling thing.
Oh,
so you're talking by 10 hours. And Andre the Giant had drank it was something like 116 bottles of beer that night. And he said, Ken Patera said he had, I don't know what he had, like 60 or something, but he said they were all stinking drunk and they showed up to the match. And he said, and Patera had to wrestle Andre the Giant. And he said they spent the whole time just kind of taking turns getting out of the ring. So they're trying to avoid wrestling because they were so drunk. And he said the crowd was booing them because they weren't wrestling. It's amazing how many Andre the Giant drinking stories there are on YouTube.
Oh, I bet. Well, that's like go do yourself a favor. Speaking of Hammer Away, I should talk about this there too. I will definitely do a show about Motorhead, but check out some of the footage from just a short while ago from Lemmy's funeral service and the stories that were on there. And one of the guys is a wrestler that was there, and they became really good friends. And he did they had done his theme song. I think at one point his theme song was Ace of Spades, or Pete would be able to tell me who that might be. Shoot. Wrestler Motorhead. Let's just put that in. There it is. Well, I don't know. I can't find it now. Vince Russo?
Lemmy did Triple H's theme song.
Oh, no, it is Triple H. That's who was at the funeral, yeah. Because that's who my joke was. That's what my story was going to be about. We went to New York. Did I already mention this on the show? Just kick
Oh.
back and relax. Take a snooze. Go get an Alka-Seltzer if you've had too much to eat. Just get something to eat. Why not? While I'm telling the story, if you've heard it already. But anyway, we used to go to New York every year for a publishing convention. Christine had to go, and I just got to hang out. And so we showed up at our hotel. This is like the second year that we went. And there's all these people, a mass of people in the front lobby area, and there's cordoned off areas, and we're like, we're here to check into our room. We're like, what the hell's going on? And they're like, oh, it's the WWE's 20th anniversary. I don't know if that's what it is.
WWF started. Well, I don't know when it started, but they were definitely around in the 70s. I'm sure they're around before that too. Has WWE, since they changed their name, have they been around 20 years? Has that been 20 years now?
I would think so. WWE. Let's see. WWE. Come on now. Come on, Wikipedia. WWE. There. Oh, come on. 1979. So that would have been 1999. Yes, I think that's right. I think that's probably right. Yeah. So anyway, that's what's going on. They're like, it's the big anniversary, and we got a bunch of the wrestlers staying here. So then we went up to our room, and they switched to the WWE in December 20. Okay, so I guess it was 2001. We went up on the Twin Towers the March before they went down. So yeah, okay, so that's probably right. So anyway, oh wait, switch to the W. I don't understand that then.
Oh, they just changed their name in 2001.
Well, okay, but that doesn't make sense because that's when whatever it was. Well, what was Triple H in?
WWF.
Back then. Then it was WWF. Okay.
WWF, WWE, all the same thing.
Okay. All right.
Just a name change. Because it got
220, 221, whatever it takes. So anyway, the next one of the mornings, then we went down and had breakfast with one of the other folks from the company. And then when we got finished, she was like, oh, I need the restrooms. And I'm like, well, they're back here. So we go walking back. There's a whole group of people there. And that's where the escalators would come down. And that's where they were all coming down. So they had it all cordoned off in this big, arc. And all the people are massed around that. And our friend looks over, who's familiar with all of the wrestling stuff. And she goes, that's Triple H. Christine goes, Triple H? That's a stupid name. And out loud. And I'm like, okay. Oh, she hears me. She goes, I said, that's a dumb name. And I was like, could you keep it down a little bit? I'm not afraid of anybody, but still, like this is their thing. These people, you don't walk through and go, that's a dumb name.
In all fairness, it is a dumb name.
No, I don't know. So anyway,
not as
so
dumb.
I get it.
Not as
so
dumb.
Years later, I get a
originally
job, and then people are like, dude, you remind me of Triple H. I'm like, thanks. I don't watch wrestling, but I know what you're talking about. Oh, man. So it's been about the 20th anniversary of the WWF.
Yeah, that's going way back, WWF.
What's WWF besides redundant?
What's the first W4 beat? I can't remember anymore.
Worldwide Wrestling Federation? Is that what it means?
I don't know.
She's absolutely. Hey, honey. Pete says to tell you that I think that she is absolutely correct.
Although it's better than his original name of Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Helmsley. Hunter?
Wait,
Hello, Hunter?
Helmsley, isn't that George Jefferson?
George. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Helmsley. Yeah. Maybe they're related. It's easier to say Hunter Hearst Helmsley. No, it's not. I just did it wrong. The hell was saying that fast? Vincent K. Well, how do you say that? McMahon.
Man,
Vincent K. McMahon took it over from Vincent J. McMahon.
over for his dad.
Gotcha. J.K. How's that? That's weird, isn't it? So did Vincent McMahon name his son with a L in the middle? J.K.L.M.N.O.P.
Yeah, sure.
Hunter Sherman Helmsley.
Are you mixing up George Jefferson and Sherman T. Potter?
Sherman G. Potter.
Boy, we're talking about the entire Helmsley clan tonight. We got
Leona Helmsley.
Sherman, Hunter.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap.
That's a lot of
Close. Shane McMahon. What
I
about
thought
Jim McMahon?
I thought your story was going to go towards a different way because it made me think when we first got married. I don't know if it was the first year or second year. We went to Europe. We hit. I think it's the only time I've ever been out of the country too. But we were in Spain and we got to the hotel. I think it was Barcelona and Madrid. When we got to the hotel, and there were people just lined up cheering as we're walking in. And we're thinking, man, this is like the friendliest city of all time. And we walk
Honey, we're the Beatles.
and we go to the front desk and we're like, what is going on? And we look behind us and the local soccer team was staying there. And so they were coming in at the same time. They were just behind us a little bit. But the people were cheering for them as they saw their bus coming up.
But in my mind, they were cheering for me.
Huh? Oh yeah, it was just a coincidence that the.
What do you mean? In their minds, they were cheering for you.
That's why I love Stuart.
They're like, oh, thank God Celia showed up before we did. It'd have been crickets.
That's what he meant.
You're the warm up.
Pete just missed the greatest story of all time, and we just can't repeat it. You'll have to go back and watch.
I went to get an Alka-Seltzer.
Because of the show.
I did mention it.
The show that gives you heartburn.
Oh God! Go game go. Ooh.
Yeah, get you right here.
Yes, I was just gonna go there. Oh, Weird Al. Weird Al is amazing. They need to come up with a Weird Al game and just do games based off of his spoofs. I mean, that would be great. You'd have Eat It. You have to go up because that could be multiplayer stuff.
Well, you could
eat it, and you could eat a ham on what is it? A ham on whole wheat.
You could at the same time have My Bologna.
On Kaiser and a Rye.
Yeah, the UHF game. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Wheel of Fish. Ham on whole wheat. See? Ham on whole wheat. All right. Yeah, the Rye of the Kaiser. See? Oh, thank you, Crow. Thank you, Pete. That's beautiful. Thank you, Rich.
We struck a chord here.
We did. I mean, I was just thinking about
dying to talk about Weird Al, and all of a sudden, boom!
Go. This is like Star Trek, the first movie. Just going through stuff. You open the door, you pop the cork. Dare to be stupid. You know, that is a great soundtrack. What was that guy's name? Stan. No. And all I otherwise I think of is Stan Ridgway. Shoot. He did songs for that Transformers movie, the first animated movie. Stan Bush, thank you, Crow. I knew somebody'd save my ass. And the rest of me. But yeah, Stan Bush had some great stuff on there. But, you know, Dare to be Stupid was, I think, have we talked about this personally, Jeff? That there was an interview with Mark Mothersbaugh about how they asked him about that. What'd you think about his spoof of you, on Dare to be Stupid? And he goes, I was just really upset that I didn't write that song. It's like, I thought it was a great song. He says, I was just jealous I didn't write it. Oh man.
Oh,
DJC, where's his first
he
thing?
just came in.
Where's his first? There he is. Well, hello there.
Hello.
Or shall we do a Seinfeld? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hello.
Hello.
The belly button.
Look, it's either that or me, Jerry.
Either give up the voice of my belly button or me.
What's it going to be, Jerry? Hello.
I like that he did it like just right in her face. Make it even worse.
And the door just slammed.
Papa Pete
The belly button.
gun reference. That movie's so good.
They actually they interviewed Jason Alexander on that Spock show too. And then there was somebody else, and he was the first to drop an F-bomb in the movie, in the interview. They interviewed a lot of the people that were in the new one, like Simon Pegg and Carl Urban, and she played Uhura, and she was Gamora. I don't remember what her name is.
Wait, was it Michelle Nichols? Is that her name?
No, in the new one.
Oh, the new one. Okay.
And she played Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, she was in that Blue Alien movie, wasn't she?
Yeah, that's right. She was in Avatar. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Pocahontas in space.
Or Avatar, as some people like to call it.
Or, yeah.
Blue Alien.
You know what really pissed me off about that movie?
No.
Well, two things. When I realized it was just Pocahontas in space. But what really pissed me off about that movie was that they had, nowhere in the credits or in any interviews do they ever credit what artist. That's about the fucking McDLT commercial. That's great. Oh, that's thank you, Zoe Zaldana. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, she's very beautiful. Yeah, and she's seems like a real sweet gal too. Don't know, never met her, but she's very sweet in her interviews what she says about the Spock character and that kind of thing was really cool. What was really okay? Wait a minute. Let me finish my thought. Where was I before that? I don't remember. Where was I?
You're talking about the Spock.
Oh, yeah. I was talking about the Spock thing. Jason Alexander. I don't know.
This is where I would normally say Shaka Khan.
And when you had a brief second of pause earlier, and I was like, should have put a Shaka Khan in there. Oh. So anyway, but it's a good movie, all kinds of whatnot. Okay, I don't know. I don't even know. I stepped in something and I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I'm lost, and I'm like, is that it? Do we end the show? Do we what?
Stuart stumps, so we end the show.
Right.
Stuart's full of Shaka Khan. Cut.
What's
Oh
this?
yeah, the losers. Yes, right. Yeah.
What's Papa
I
Pete's
think I have.
reference to? Is that to the McDonald's thing?
I don't know.
I'm there.
Real quick.
Pete, what's your St. Louis?
Is that the McDLT?
Oh, McDLT commercial. Now you said St. Louis. There's Perry. That's so cute.
Barry's grumbling. He's got grumbling. Hey, Mike Moss is here.
Hurry up. The Rise of Skywalker is coming on. Oh, I better go get my Alka-Seltzer. Or a bucket.
You might get his book.
The Rise of Skywalker. Is that the name of his sex tape? It's the name of Pete's sex tape. The Rise of Skywalker. Good thing we didn't end the show yet. Now you can end the show. Yeah, I was in St. Louis. Thank you, Pete. Thank you. Yes, I'm in St. Louis. I love you, man.
There was what was this
Send
McDonald's?
me a copy of your sex tape when you get ready.
What was
The Rise of Skywalker.
I don't know why that's so funny.
Everybody bend over because you're going to take it. You better bend over and take it. We are Disney, and we've got a new Disney movie for you. It's called Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. We're going to shove it right up your ass.
He just said for the resurgence of the dark saber,
I know. I was looking at that.
or is it pronounced Sabre?
Sabre.
Like on The Office.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I just watched that.
Oh,
I can't wait to look back. You know, that's what pisses me off is when I do that, when I lose track of where I'm going. Friends don't let friends watch the new Star Wars trilogy. I'm hugging you right now, Next Level Gaming. That is absolutely right.
Then,
Yes, and you're right, DJC. It was better back in the 80s and 90s. Of course, I stopped eating McDonald's in the 90s. But we were going to Florida one year, and by the end of the trip, I was not buying a meal myself because my children would not finish eating their meal, their Happy Meal. So by the time I ate my whole meal and then the rest of theirs, I was like, screw it. The rest of the trip, I was like, don't want anything because I'll just finish what they're going to not eat.
what toys were they giving out back then?
That was Toy Story time. So we were trying to collect all the Toy Story toys. You impressed by that? Are you impressed that I knew that?
I am.
That I just came up with that answer?
Of course, you could have said anything, and how would I know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Toy Story didn't even exist yet. No, it did. We actually saw them. That was my family was like kind of wigging on me about that too, because we got there and I'm like, I'm totally a child especially when I get there, and I'm just like, I just want to see it all, and I think they want to see it all, and I'm like, okay, we got the times. I think I was a cast member at that time still, working at the Disney store. So we go down there and I get a schedule, and on the schedule it says where Woody's going to be, and it says where Buzz is going to be. So we're like, okay, Woody's over there. Let's go over there. And then we're like hauling ass over to see Buzz somewhere else. And it's like, oh, the kids are worn out. I'm like dragging, and it's horrible. It's horrible. Are you checking out his sex tape online?
Well, he just sent me something. Not that.
Oh, he sent you the sex tape. He didn't send it to me.
No, it's a Weird Al Yankovic like action hero, which is pretty cool.
Sweet.
Do you remember,
Oh.
well, I don't know. I guess, well, you wouldn't have been in St. Louis then, but when I was little, the first fast food place I remember having kids' meals was Burger Chef.
Yeah, Burger Chef. Yep.
They had them, and then McDonald's started their, I think they called them kids' meals, and McDonald's started the Happy Meals soon
Happy
after that.
Meals.
But Burger Chef was great back then.
Burger Chef. So what changed? What changed to Hardee's here?
Burger Chef changed to Hardee's.
That's what I thought. Okay, I thought yours was Burger Chef. Ours was Sandy's.
Sandy's.
That's the local. That's that franchise from that area in Peoria. That's what they did.
Remember the one up the street?
Yeah, Sandy's. Loved Sandy's.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite stories from a Hardee's, and I think I don't know if I can get it right anymore. I went in there. Remember they used to sell the Big Twin?
We never had Sandy's here.
No. Hardee's had a Big Twin.
Oh, Hardee's. No, I don't remember that.
No, they had a Big Twin, and so then they discontinued it. I don't know what happened, but I said I want a Big Twin. They go, oh, we don't have that anymore. I'm like, well, okay. Well, I'll just take a cheeseburger then, I guess. And they go, well, we don't have cheeseburgers. And I'm like,
Oh, cheeseburgers.
So I just get a hamburger? And they're like, yeah, do you just want a hamburger? I'm like, yeah. And they go, do you want cheese on it? I'm like,
So
don't have
they
a
sell
cheeseburger.
hamburgers with cheese, but they don't sell cheeseburgers.
well, Jeff, obviously a cheeseburger is not a hamburger with cheese on it.
I don't know what a cheeseburger is.
What the hell? You just want to pull them from across there and you have to pull them over and just go, what do you think a cheeseburger is?
That's
Do
hilarious.
you want cheese on it? And they said it with a straight face. I'm like, how many other people have you told this to today?
Well,
Oh,
we
we don't
went
have
to
cheese. Like a hamburger? Yeah. All right. I'll take a hamburger. Would you like cheese on it?
been to Andy's frozen custard.
Yeah,
I
Andy's.
don't know how far they're at. I know they're in the Ozarks and they're here.
I got one right down the street.
Yeah, we got one on Manchester, not too far away. But
Mhm.
when we were in Tulsa picking my son, they had one, and I got I think a chocolate sundae, and I asked for whipped cream, and they said we don't have whipped cream. I was like, "You're an ice cream store. How do you not have whipped cream? Is that weird?"
Well, it is weird, and let me match you on that. Christine goes one day. She goes to get a sandwich. Where does she go? Olive. What's on Olive? Pumpernickels. She goes into Pumpernickels. What kind of bagel would you like? I like a pumpernickel one. They go, well, we don't have pumpernickel. She goes, it's in your name. What? Do you want cheese on it? Shaka Khan.
They don't have the bread that the store is named after. That's nice.
I know. Speaking of burgers, Burger Time. Did you like Burger Time? You a Burger Time fan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's one of the silliest.
I'd like-
burgers.
Yeah, it is.
You can get that on. Is that on the Switch?
The new version is on the Switch.
The new version.
Mm-hmm.
What's the new version? Does it have special sauce? Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, they have. Let's see, the new Burger Time. First of all, I really like it. A lot of people complain about it, but I don't know. I played it. I thought it was pretty darn good.
Is it pretty cheap on the Switch?
I have no idea. I don't know what it costs.
Okay.
I'm sure that's one of those games that goes on sale quite a bit. But it's multiplayer too, which is kind of cool.
Cool. Actually, my son has one of those glasses. A friend of his gave it to him, He was going through some of his old stuff, or they were moving, and he ended up with one, I think one of those glasses. And then also somebody, a Crow mentions he went to Arby's one time and they were out of roast beef.
Huh.
I know we went to, that's another one of my favorite stories, and it's got to do with my buddy B back when I was growing up. We were teenagers and we went through the drive-through at KFC, and he was pissed because we pulled up and he says, "Yeah, I want this. I want the mashed potatoes." Okay, we have the mashed potatoes, but we're out of gravy. And I mean, you could have just told him his dog died and that somebody killed his dog. I mean, it was like all out, no holds barred. What the hell do you mean you're out of? I mean, it was. What am I supposed to do with my chicken with no? Of course, I don't want the mashed potatoes if I'm not going to get the gravy. I was like, damn, B. He was just going.
You can't have your pudding unless you eat your meat.
That's right. Who wants your meat without any pudding?
By the way,
that's what gravy is.
Burger Time Party, which is a new one. It's $20. I think that probably goes on sale for like half off sometimes. Okay. And then who was it? JD Durbin said, there's an arcade archives of Burger Time. So that's the actual arcade game for $8.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, Durbin was saying about that. Okay.
And then Johnny Turbo's Arcade has the arcade version of Super Burger Time on the Switch.
Sweet.
How about that?
Okay.
The trilogy.
Sweet.
Pretty good.
Very, very good. Now
I want to go play some Burger Time.
I know, right? I'm like, but I got to get my audio stuff figured out. I suppose we probably better go. But before we do, we want to make mention of Dace, who was on our show. I have to remember. Why can't I say his last name now?
Who?
Dace, his last name.
Because it's really difficult to pronounce.
Anaxelos, right?
I don't know.
Dace Anaxelos.
I've got the book right there. It's a little too far to grab.
Oh my goodness.
So did Mike win the book?
Yeah, Mike Mullis.
Yeah. So Mike won the book the other night, and he's got another book coming up. Hopefully sometime really soon. And so we'll be talking about that sometime soon. I really enjoyed that interview. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun talking about Schnaps. Yeah, I don't know when his next book's coming out. But we'll have him back at some point.
Yeah, definitely. I know he mentioned the book the other night, so we gotta.
He's interesting, and he knows more about shmups than anyone I can even think of. So he's so good at them. Jeez. Yeah, I know. Check out some of those shows he's put out there too, and some of the videos, just like all of these guys over there who have put out awesome ones. I've got to check out because Pete said he did a video on MASH, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Yeah, he did a review on it.
Yeah, so I'll have to check that out because I really want to see what that's all about.
We haven't seen Pete since you made that Rise of the Skywalker crack.
You said crack.
I think Pete just took off after that one.
He's Resurgence of the Dark Sabre. I think that was it.
That was it.
Oh, no. Then way back then, I figured the toy was a stick.
Yeah, our Happy Meals used to be prizes used to be sticks or a rock.
And that was just the prize.
Mike wants us to come on a show in February.
Oh.
We'll have to pick a good Thursday night to go on the show. That'd be fun.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thursday night. Thursdays are bad for me. You'll have to go. Well, now hold on. I'm gonna take a couple of weeks off soon.
Okay, good. Because we need to go together.
Shaka Khan. I'm offended. ... Shaka Khan. I'm going to end so many conversations with that and freak people out. It'll just crickets, and then you just go, Shaka Khan.
Anytime
And just turn and walk away.
Anytime you talk to someone, they pause. Just say Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan. It was Shaka Khan.
And then you immediately get that in your head. That Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan.
What was that guy's name? Shaka Khan.
Yes.
It had something in it. What's it taste like? It tastes like Shaka Khan.
Oh, it works for everything.
What do you take? What do I take for this? I feel ill. What should I take? Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan's good for anything.
It's a cure-all.
It is a cure-all. Shaka Khan. You know how we're starting next show? Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan.
I'm thinking, I hope, what was that? As long as Stu Sexton isn't playing. Again, I'm glad we didn't end the show yet.
No, I just.
Brilliant.
Now that's my favorite movie right there.
Shaka Khan. Could you see that whole? We need to get that scene. All right, I'll take care of it. I'll have a graphic for next week.
Shaka Khan.
Oh, that's the name of Shatner's sex tape.
Just think, if we'd have stopped the show when you first said something, we would have missed the best part of the show.
Pure magic. That's why you hang on. If there's a reason to hang on, that's it. Right there. Somebody's holding on to the last bits of their life to watch the end of this show.
So everyone's in the show, and I'm like this. I'm like, come on, stretch it out, stretch it out.
As long as Stu's sex tape isn't Bloody Wolf.
Oh.
What show is that they do that? I love that on the show. What? Oh, it's Brooklyn 911. Right? 911? Is that what they? No, Brooklyn.
I don't know.
911. What the hell? Anyway, I was waiting for that. Or do you want to stretch out Shaka Khan? I just spit in my drink out.
I guarantee you this show has been the most fun anyone's ever had talking about Shaka Khan. There's no doubt about it.
I wonder if Shaka Khan's not out there watching this. You might want to put that in the things that people find.
I'll tag Shaka Khan.
Yeah, tag Shaka Khan. She'll be like,
Is she still with us?
oh yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, I hate to say, well, I'm going to check, but she's got to be 56. Shaka Khan, an American musician. She is 67, lives in she was born in Chicago.
Where's she live? No.
She lives down the street.
Hold on, I'm gonna go bring her in. Is she on Twitter?
Is she on Twitter? She's got a home webpage too. Shaka Khan.
I'm trying to find out.
She's a beauty.
Shaka Khan?
She's a beauty.
I don't see her on here.
People
mentioning her name on Twitter, but I don't see anyone tagging her.
She's got some gigs in California, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Nevada,
Well, if she comes to St. Louis, we'll have her on the show.
Damn straight we will, Chaka Khan.
We'll just have her sit off to the side and just say Shaka Khan whenever there's a lull.
Chaka Khan. I can just see that. I'll order my second camera and we'll just put it right here.
That's right.
Just she'll be like, when do I put it in? Oh, you'll know when to put it in. Which is also the name of my second sex tape.
All right. Should we go?
Bad.
Have we?
Yeah, before my kids don't ever watch my show again.
Your kids watch your show?
No.
Okay.
Are you silly? They got better shit to do than this.
I was like, wait a minute. My kids don't watch it.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, Shaka Khan. What did I say? 67.
Seven.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's time to go. Pete's doing the countdown. He just said go. He's had it with us. He's like, I'm ending this nonsense right now.
Go away. Are you still here? She was on The Masked Singer. Well, thanks, Durbin. That's cool. Interesting to know. I've seen an episode of that.
We have a go and we have a game from Pete.
Kinda.
And a Shaka Khan. Go game, Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan.
Right. We can't top that.
All right, folks. We will see you next week. Thanks for everybody hanging out. Remember to subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Tell your enemies to subscribe. Tell your friends' enemies to subscribe. Tell your friends' enemies' aunts to subscribe.
Right. Yeah, right. Go game go on all the bathroom walls you see lately.
Oh, totally.
Subscribe.
Oh, we could do that.
Okay.
We should do that. We'd go out and do all the graffiti of just the triple G out there everywhere. It'll be like a revolution.
All right. Papa Pete, go game gone. So it's time to go.
We are Go Game Gone.
Thanks a lot, everyone in chat. Great time. See you guys.